Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Tom.
Hey, today's unit is all about our country of Taiwan, the nation of Taiwan. And it says here that they're trying to slam the brakes on roadkill. Roadkill is when you're in a vehicle and you have a wild animal, dart out in front of your car. Or maybe your scooter or truck, and you accidentally run over it and you kill it. There's a lot of roadkill around the world. I know when I was growing up, we had a lot of coyotes in Arizona that were wild, and they would dart out, and sometimes you couldn't brake and miss them. You would actually kill them. Oh, it's so gross. And what people usually did, Tom, is they'd stop their car, they'd go and they'd drag that poor animal off the road and just leave it by the side of the road.
Yep, I can see that.
This organization in Taiwan that we're going to be talking about, the Taiwan Roadkill Observation Network, or Tyrone, they have suggestions because we actually have quite a few animals here in Taiwan that are also roadkill, meaning they've been run over on some of our roads. They've got some ideas for us,
I've never seen this myself, but it might be more common in areas that are more mountainous and more forested, like Miaoli, which we're going to talk about today, but also, say, in Nantou and Hualien and places like that.
Right.
As you were saying there, you're running over coyotes in Arizona. It might be interesting to figure out what kind of roadkill there is in different parts of the world. Like where I'm from, of course, we always had the problems of running into raccoons and
deer?
skunks.
Did you have any deer?
Deer all the time.
Oh, skunks.
You got to be careful. A deer, if you hit a deer, you might crash and actually get hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's a big animal.
But here in Taiwan, we've got some endangered species, like the leopard cat, that unfortunately gets hit every once in a while. So we're going to talk about this, and there is an organization here in Taiwan that's trying to slam the brakes on roadkill, trying to reduce it. I don't think they're going to ever really get rid of it. People are going to be driving all the time, but still, maybe we can reduce it and save some of these animals. So let's get to it. Let's read the entire content of our lesson right now.
Every day should be a gift in Taiwan's lush countryside. Today in Miaoli, though, something dreadful has happened. Lying by the side of the road is the tawny body of a leopard cat, one of Taiwan's most elusive native animals. Tragically, this poor creature has become roadkill, the victim of yet another preventable accident. It's estimated that around 5 million animals in Taiwan are killed in road collisions every year, according to a report by United Daily News. With widespread careless driving threatening the lives of vulnerable local species, pets, and strays, one organization is trying to make sense of the carnage. The Taiwan Roadkill Observation Network, Tyrone, was formed in 2011 with the mission of minimizing roadkill and encouraging greater public involvement in wildlife conservation. Crucial to their success in this undertaking is a citizen science program consisting of 4 simple steps: photograph, upload, collect, and send. People are encouraged to photograph roadkill with their phones GPS active and send the data to the Tyrone database via Facebook or the Tyrone app. If possible, they should then retrieve the specimen and send it to the network's lab. Tyrone's extensive efforts are yielding important results. In 2014, for example, they made shocking discoveries about red apple crabs on Green Island. Over 10,000 of the crustaceans, many of which were pregnant, were crushed as they crossed the island's one coastal road to reach the sea. Tyrone has utilized this information to protect the crabs in the subsequent nesting seasons. Though greater efforts still need to be made to ensure a future for Taiwanese wildlife, Tyrone's endeavors are giving them a fighting chance.
Okay, let's discuss the contents of today's lesson. We're slamming the brakes on roadkill in Taiwan. Of course, sometimes if you're driving down the highway and suddenly a motorcycle comes out from the side, you got to slam on your brakes to prevent an accident. This, unfortunately, is a very common phenomenon here in Taiwan with so many people and so many vehicles on the road. You got to be watching at all times. But here, we're not really slamming the brakes of a car. We're just trying to reduce the amount of roadkill in Taiwan. And as we said earlier, roadkill refers to when cars or motorcycles strike animals in the roads, like cats, maybe squirrels, or other wild animals that you have here in Taiwan. Now, here in the first paragraph, it says, every day should be a gift in Taiwan's lush countryside. Indeed, we should think of it that way when we go out for a drive in Nantou or Hualien or even in New Taipei City, Xinbeishi. We do get to see lots of mountains and see lots of trees and lots of forests and stuff like that. So we should think of it as a gift. It's a gift to be able to see and experience the lush countryside of Taiwan. Now, here the word lush here just refers to a situation when you have lots of plants growing all over the place. And that's really nice. It's very different from where I'm from, where it's all farm fields and you don't really see a lot of trees and mountains covered with the forest and stuff like that, like you do here in Taiwan. So, indeed, it is a gift to experience every day.
Right. It's very green here. I remember when my mom came to see Taiwan, she just kept going, oh, it's so beautiful. It's lush and green. We have lots of rain here, so we get a lot of plants and trees growing really well. And we're from Arizona where there's no rain. So my mom loved how lush it was. It's true, Taiwan's got a beautiful countryside. Well, today in Miaoli, though, something terrible has happened, something dreadful, lying by the side of the road. So here, this phrase we're starting the sentence with actually describes what noun comes later. So lying by the side of the road is what? Is the tawny body of a leopard cat. Tawny is like a yellow color, tawny. You don't see it very often, but we do use it in writing quite frequently. So you should just learn that that's kind of a yellowish color.
Kind of yellow-brown sort of.
Yeah, kind of a mustard maybe. You could even go. Yes, with a little brown, a little yellow. So lying by the side of the road is a leopard cat. Now, if they write body of something, it's usually already deceased or dead. So it's the body of a leopard cat, which is very sad because they're one of Taiwan's most elusive native animals. So this particular cat, its original home was Taiwan, so its number's up. We don't want to have it become extinct. So elusive means hard to pin down, hard to capture, hard to have, elusive. Sometimes they'll talk about a spy being elusive, or he eludes the authorities. He escapes. Just as they're ready to put their hands on him, he escapes and they have nothing to show for all their work. So elusive, hard to pin down, difficult to catch. So it is sad because these are really beautiful cats. And again, they're native to Taiwan.
Exactly. And of course, they are probably endangered. So the more we kill them, the less likely they're going to survive into the future.
True.
So they are elusive. They're hanging out in the forest and nobody really sees them all the time. So indeed, that is a tragedy here. Well, here it says, tragically, this poor creature has become roadkill, the victim of yet another preventable accident. And roadkill is quite common here in Taiwan, not just with these animals, but also with birds. I think I remember going to a rest stop down in central Taiwan or in South Taiwan, and they had a display there of all the roadkill, and they have people who go out and they take note of the incidents, where they found the body, when they did. And there was a little display there to remind people that, hey, while you're driving, you might run into some of these creatures, and a lot of them are endangered. So please watch out. And I think a lot of people would like to preserve these animals, especially if they are endangered. The leopard cat is in trouble here, so yeah, we've got to be careful there. Well, here in the next paragraph it says, it's estimated that around 5 million animals in Taiwan are killed in road collisions every year, according to a report by United Daily News. So here, collision, that's the noun form of the verb to collide, which means something bumps into something else, and it usually has bad consequences. We often talk about a car collision where you hit something while you were driving. Maybe somebody ran into you, or you ran into somebody else, or you ran into a tree or something like that. That is a collision.
Right, you don't want that, but it happens a lot in Taiwan. That's a lot of animals, 5 million every year. Think about it. So with widespread careless driving, careless means you're not very careful, guys. You're not paying attention. With that kind of driving, it threatens the lives of vulnerable local species. If you are vulnerable, and that is an adjective, it just means it's very easy to hurt you, maybe physically or emotionally. We often talk about society's vulnerable, which would be elderly and children. They can't really protect themselves, so we as adults should protect them. And local species are the animals that are native to Taiwan. Also pets. You know, we didn't mention that. There are a lot of dogs and cats that maybe wander off from home and are hit by cars, which is so sad. Yeah, I've seen quite a few cats get hit by cars here. It's terrible, and it's a horrible feeling when your car goes over an animal because you can feel it. Now, one organization we're going to be talking about a little more after the break is trying to make sense of the carnage. Carnage here just means the gory guts, you know, that are left over after a big war or a battle where a lot of people are killed. Here we're talking about animals, of course. If you make sense of something, you try to understand it. Why is it happening? Is there something you can do to change it? You know, and that's what this particular organization is trying to do. So you're trying to find a reason for it to make sense of something. So we'll talk more about this organization called Tyrone, but first, we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher.
Hello, my name is Shelby. 我们来看一下为路死动物发生的路杀社吧。标题中 slam the brakes， brake 就是刹车， slam 是用力的推或者嘣的一声关门，这里翻译成紧急刹车。在什么事情紧急刹车加个介系词 on roadkill， 被车辆碾死的动物。好，这里其实是很妙的双关语，除了要车子路上开车要小心之外，还要说不要再杀死动物啦。第一段是描写一只石虎死在路边，作为前言。第三句的地方，躺在路边的是一具石虎的黄褐色尸体，这是台湾最不容易见到的本土动物之一。Lying by the side of the road， 这是主词补语，放在句首形成倒装。主词是 the tawny body of a leopard cat。好 ，tawny 是黄褐色的 ，leopard 豹 ，leopard cat 就是石虎。后面再加上同位语的说明，非常的长。利用主词补语在句首的倒装，可避开句构头重脚轻的窘状。第二段，因为有太多的路死动物，所以有机构要跳出来了。第二句的地方，漫不经心的开车方式威胁脆弱的本土物种，一个组织正在设法厘清这一类的屠杀。句首 with 再加 careless driving 形成片语，表示伴随着这种状态。后面有 threatening 威胁，现在分词来修饰。那威胁什么动物呢？ vulnerable 脆弱的、易受伤的形容词，后面可以加个 to 来表示对什么是脆弱的。例如说，老人容易被诈骗 The elderly are vulnerable to scam。后面的动词说能够了解 to make sense of 这个 carnage 大屠杀相当于 massacre 或者 slaughter 来表达残忍杀害后的惨状。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, let's continue with our lesson for today. We're talking about this organization that's trying to reduce the number of roadkill incidents in Taiwan, and they're also trying to make sense of all this carnage, of all this killing, of all these violent deaths to all these animals. And this is the Taiwan Roadkill Observation Network, which in English is shortened to Tyrone, which I think in Chinese is just Lu Sha She, but here in English it's the Taiwan Roadkill Observation Network, or Tyrone. And it was formed quite some time ago, back in 2011, with the mission, or with the goal of minimizing roadkill and encouraging greater public involvement in wildlife conservation. So they want to minimize, make it as small as possible, and they want more people to be involved in this situation to actually help out.
Yeah, it's as crucial to their success in this undertaking is a citizen science program that has 4 steps to it. Now, if something's crucial to something else, it just means it's really vital, really essential to the success or failure of something. But here we're looking towards their success. An undertaking is just some sort of mission you have. Maybe it's some sort of goal that you've decided you're going to attempt. This undertaking is so much more complicated than I expected it to be. So it's something that you're trying to do or accomplish. So what is crucial? What's really vital? Well, we've got a citizen science program, and it's got 4 steps to it, or it consists of 4 simple steps. Here they are: photograph, upload, collect, and send. So what are they asking the public to do? Well, people are encouraged to photograph roadkill with their phones GPS active. So if you've got your location turned on your phone, it just means you've got your GPS active right then, right? Sometimes I'll turn it off. I don't like people tracking me. And you know that the government's all tracking us, right? You don't want to be tracked, turn it off. So that's your GPS. If it's active, then you can go ahead and take that photograph. And if your GPS is indeed on, it tells this organization where the roadkill happened. They can pinpoint it. Then you're supposed to upload this particular photo. Collect means you're going to collect the roadkill itself or pick up that dead animal. And then they want you to send the dead animal to them.
People are encouraged to photograph the roadkill by using the GPS and sending it to one of the laboratories for Tyrone. And you can send the data or the information to their database via Facebook, or they've got their own app now. You can download that app and have it on your phone. And if possible, they should then retrieve the specimen and send it to the network's lab. Retrieve just means to go out and get something and bring it back.
Right.
Retrieve. Like dogs.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll retrieve a stick.
You'll say fetch, right?
Yeah, we say fetch usually, but that meaning is retrieve. Go out and get it and bring it back.
Yeah, it's kind of an old-fashioned word, fetch, F-E-T-C-H, that we used more back in, say, the 1800s. Fetch is just, fun. If you have a dog that likes to go run, chase after something you throw, and then bring it back to you. Dogs love that, fetch. Yeah, they've got the database that they want to add your data to via or via. I've heard people pronounce via. I say via. It means through something. So you can send them your data either through Facebook or use their app, if you can download their app onto your phone. And as Tom said, if possible, they should retrieve the specimen. Specimen is a word we use when we're doing some sort of science project. Let's take a look at this specimen. Even if a doctor is maybe testing a part of your body to see if maybe it's got cancer there, they would talk about that bit that they take from your body to test as a specimen. So this is the roadkill. They want you to retrieve it and then send it to the network's lab. But I don't think I want to touch roadkill. It might be, sick and diseased. I don't know. It sounds kind of scary. I would just leave it alone.
Yeah, I think if you let them know that it's there, that's probably enough there. It's better than nothing. So indeed, yes, retrieve the specimen and send it to the lab if you've got the time and if you've got the patience, etc. Now, here in the next paragraph, it says, Tyron's extensive efforts are yielding important results.
Cool.
Here we've got the word yield. As a verb, that just means to produce. It's producing important results. Sometimes we talk about a field yielding bushels of corn, for example, producing lots of corn.
Generating.
Exactly. So, yes, they're generating or producing or yielding important results. So, let's talk about some examples of these results. In 2014, for example, they made shocking discoveries about red apple crabs on Green Island.
Do you know what those are? Have you seen them?
No, I knew they got the Sika deer there on Green Island now or something like that.
Cool.
They've brought them there, but I never heard of the red apple crabs.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of them were run over a while ago. Over 10,000 of the crustaceans, many of which were pregnant, were crushed as they crossed the island's one coastal road to reach the sea. I don't think they were all crushed at the same time.
Right.
Gradually over a period of time as cars and buses and things like that drove around the island. And there's only one road there that goes around the coast. So they try to cross that road and get to the ocean, and 10,000 of them were crushed. And here it says lots of them were pregnant. So a crustacean, of course, is what a crab is. That's kind of the type of animal it is. It has a shell on the outside.
Yeah, a crab, a lobster, shrimp, they all are crustaceans. A lot of them were pregnant. And it says here that Tyrone has utilized this information to protect the crabs in the subsequent nesting seasons. If you utilize something, you actually make practical use of it. So they are using this information. And what's the practical way they're using it? Well, they're using it to actually protect these crabs. Subsequent means anything that follows. So subsequent nesting season means the seasons that came after this discovery. Nesting season just means that portion of the year when that animal actually reproduces. So though greater efforts still need to be made to make sure we have a great future for Taiwanese wildlife, Tyrone's endeavors are giving them a fighting chance, or at least a good chance to be successful. When you talk about this word endeavor, you're just talking about some sort of activity where you're trying to usually achieve something. So you've got a goal in mind, and your endeavors are any sort of action you're taking to achieve that goal. So we often use it when we're wishing people good luck. Good luck in your future endeavors. Yeah, and we'll use it in the plural form. Yeah, good luck in your future endeavors. We hope that they're even more successful as time goes on and gives these animals a fighting chance. At least, they have a chance to survive. So we hope they're more successful in the future. Right now, guys, we got to wrap up. But first, we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher.
第三段，看路杀社是如何运作。它是2011年成立，希望减少路死动物，鼓励大家参与。第二句，它对他们这项任务成功至关重要的是一项公民科学计划，包含了4个步骤。Crucial 形容词，重要的，后面常加介系词 to。再加名词来表达对什么是重要的，而在 is 前面整个片段，它是主词补语，放在句首形成倒装，和第一段第3句是相同的句型。那这一句的主词是 a citizen science program， 后面再加 consisting of 现在分词构句来修饰。这种倒装句型的目的是让句子的情形先写出来，简单明了。而主词放在后面，可以有更多的空间加上形容词子句或者分词构句等来详细描述主词。 我们看一下 consisting of， 它是一个分词构句，表示组成、构成。这个动词片语不会用被动形态，那它的用法是整体加上 consist of 再加部分。例如说，这报告由3部分组成，就可以说 The report consists of 3 parts。另外 consist of 也可以用 comprise、include 或 contain 来表达。第4段，我们来检视这组织的成效。第1句，路莎社的广泛努力产生重要的成果。Yield 是产出、产生，后面直接加受词，例如 yield profit 产生利润。它也有投降的意思，尽管攻击不断，他们不投降。Despite the constant attacks, they never yield。另外，车子的让道也可以用 yield 哦 ，yield to the bikes 就是让道给脚踏车。第5句，尽管虽然还要更多努力，他们的努力给予这些动物一线生机。前面的 effort 是名词，表示努力，它可以前面加冠词 n， 或者是在字尾加上 s， 经常搭配动词 make， 形成 make an effort 动词片语来表示努力或者付出。下面 endeavor 也是努力，但是 endeavor 它可以当作动词或者是名词，属于较正式的用字，比 effort 更辛苦、更用力，奋斗的目标也更大。举例来说，我努力要当总统，就会说 I'll endeavor to become president。 而我努力要当班长，只要 I make an effort to be the class leader。 以上是今天的讲解，谢谢收听。
Okay, that brings us to the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. And hey, thanks to the efforts of Tyrone, we might see incidents of roadkill go down and down, and the leopard cat will live happily into the future.
Hopefully,
again, that's the end of the program. Thanks for joining us. From all of us at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Bye.
See ya.